Hi, I'm Mitchell-Blackwell, and I would like to talk with you a little bit about how you can become a leader within your organization, whether that's corporate, nonprofit, organizational, as far as within the community, without driving yourself mad. So the first thing is you want to pick something that you actually are passionate about, whether that's a skill that you actually have or one you want to cultivate and develop. You have to pick something that you love. So for me, when I got started, I love working with women and girls. That is my passion, that is my groove. And so when I volunteer, normally you're going to find me with a group of young people and or with women. So the second thing is I open myself to say yes. Shonda Rhimes has an awesome book, The Year of Yes. If you haven't read it, I suggest that you do so, because the premise is that whatever came her way, she would say yes. And although that book was written many moons after, I embraced that for myself. The concept is still solid. When you embrace saying yes to what the universe, what God, what goodness has for you, it brings more like things to it. The third thing is be willing to learn new things and realize that you're not an expert in all things. So the first part of that, being willing to learn new things. When I started volunteering heavily with the 100 Black women, then the founding of Emerging Leaders, and then going on to volunteer with various bar associations and then leading them myself, one statewide, it required me to learn a vast amount of new skills and to lean heavily on people who had been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And so it required me to not just be open, but to be teachable, to be coachable, to zip it and just listen, so that people who had the knowledge and the skills would not just be willing, but would be excited about sharing that with me. I also had to develop my research skills, because sometimes I wanted to do something that I could not exactly articulate into words that no one else had done before. And so we had to build it, and build it we did. And notice I'm using the term we, because if we're honest, there is nothing that is amazing that you do by yourself. And so whether that is, like I did, founding a media company that was focused 100% on positive things, or if you're going out and you're starting a new clothing line or a caretaking business for the elderly, whatever it is, you have to be willing to dig in and learn those new skills. And then the other part, the part about being not just teachable and someone able to mentor you and coach you, but also for you to hand that down to the next person coming behind you. A lot of times people like to close the door after they have arrived, but I'm here to tell you that as soon as you close that door, that means that the one that was waiting for you has to close as well. You're trapped. There's nowhere for you to go. So if you feel stuck, one thing that you can do right here, right now, is to look around and see who you can help. So just a few things that I have learned during my time becoming what I used to be called leadership champion, and now the person who lives a life full of peace, joy, and fulfillment.